It's not every day that PAS wishes you Merry Christmas. What a U-turn! And you know what? Like most of you, I don't believe a single word of it. Check out this take from Hadi Awang's son, who said that Muslims should not post Christmas greetings on Facebook because it is an acknowledgement of the Christian religion. Christmas has an element of shirk, which is against the teachings of Islam. They claim that God had a child, which is against our beliefs as Muslims. Wow, fascinating. Well, it's nice to know that 2018 PAS thought that if you posted Christmas greetings on Facebook, then you were celebrating idolatry. Now, some of you were asking how long this Christmas greeting thing's been going on for, and how lucky we have an example from 2013, also from PAS. Now, I know a lot of you have this idea that, oh, come on now, people can change. After all, the whole idea of Christmas is that Jesus came down to die for our sins. We cannot pay for our sins. We are imperfect human beings, and therefore we need salvation and should extend kindness to people out there even if they are imperfect. It's Christmas. Everybody deserves a second chance. Well, how nice. But you see, the problem there is, what if somebody asks for forgiveness, but then they keep repeating the same negative behaviors over and over again and keep saying sorry all the time without any hope of recovery? Can you really believe someone like that? By no means is PAS apologizing for anything, but they're certainly trying to get back in the good books of non-Muslims while continuing to gaslight the Muslim population that if they don't support PAS, then they are kafir. Bad Muslims. Enemies of their religion. Sounds like a decent plan, but you can talk all you want about wanting to change your behavior, and now you're gonna get along with the non-Muslim population, associate memberships, everybody can be friends with PAS and bring it to the next stage. Sad for you though that neither the non-Muslims nor most of the Muslims in this country are stupid enough to actually believe what you're saying. And indeed, I think that a PAS government would be a nightmare government. See, we understand your opaque management of your state resources, your inability to deal with floods even after 40 years of facing the exact same problem with no improvement whatsoever, complaining about not receiving allocations yet never showing that you actually want to develop your state in any long-term way, preferring instead to just yap about race and religion when you're on the national parliament stage and never offering anything substantive in policy debates. Like, who are you trying to fool? It's not just non-Muslims who realize that you are a bad idea in the waiting, but even the Muslims of this country realize that you are not the representatives of the Muslims. You're only using the name in order to get people to vote for you, to convince people that if they don't support you, then they're not supporting their religion, and to use beautiful words like jihad in order to depict yourself as being victimized as part of a holy war, when actually you are trying to get the entire population to support and fund your fitnah. Which is why almost any logical thinking person I know, whether Malay or non-Malay, realizes what you are trying to do and does not support you. And that includes, by the way, the people who voted on this channel saying that you are harmful to the Muslims. Add to that the fact that you are unquestionably one of the biggest amplifiers of race and religion in Malaysia, screaming out things like Cina Communist, Cina Terbalikkan Bendera, Semua Salah DAP, alongside DAP, 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 DAP. And you can see why nobody actually respects you except those people you've been gaslighting through community networks, religious schools, and any number of other guilt-tripping techniques that you use in order to make people believe that voting for you is a vote for heaven. While, by the way, forcing people in Malaysia to fund your doomed fitnah campaign with a thin Milo that is only going to make them all into penyokong pemfitnah. And as we know from reading the news, all who support a crime are complicit in committing it. So yes, I mean, it's nice that you came out with a whole Christmas greeting, but that is not really going to convince anybody out there who realizes that you would still be a complete train wreck as a government, and you are still, at the moment, supporting a mixture of fitnah, racism, while compromising the rights of all non-Muslims as well as Muslims around the country who literally just want to live normal lives out there without being convinced every single moment that they are evil Just because they don't support your sad attempt to pretend that you are the representatives of your religion in Malaysia, a pretender for the position of unifier of the Malays, when actually you are the reason for the split in the Malay community in the first place, and you are not representatives of heaven upon earth. You are a political party and nothing more than a political party. Instead of trying to pander to non-Muslims while presenting yourself as the guilt trip option for all the Malays, have you considered doing some of the following things? Number 1, just be a legit government. Show that you can manage your SG4 states properly and actually deal with those things. Prove to us that you can create jobs, manage resources properly, and show that you can contribute substantively in parliament. Do more of that and less of your tabuk atap race and religion nonsense, because frankly, nobody is interested in that. For that matter, stop trying to tabuk atap. This current government came into place after the memory of what you guys did during the Sheraton move and how that caused Malaysia to lose its democratic privilege. We can see what you're doing, you want to frame it as justice, but anybody in their right minds knows that you are the cause of the destruction of Malaysia's democracy, and we will not forget it. Just focus on doing number 1 a little bit better. Seriously. Number 3, there are people amongst you who are rightly what we would call extremists. Identify, fight, and destroy the extremists amongst you. People who think that they can go out there and try to subvert the royal institution, the government, and anybody out there that they disagree with purely on the basis of their personal understanding of religion and not because they are actually educated scholars. You can say day in and day out that, oh, it's not my fault. Oh, it has nothing to do with me. Oh, I'm preaching something completely different. It doesn't change the fact though that they are supporting your ideology, they are amongst you, and you are the most qualified people to deal with them. Find these people, to start critiquing them, to show that you actually have self-awareness of what you are doing, rather than just pretending that it has nothing to do with you when the problem comes from amongst your ranks. And unless you can actually take stock of that and start changing that by managing these people, educating these people, so that they are actually in line with what we can expect from a good, well-educated society, you are not going to get the respect of the Malaysian people, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, and you will forever be known as an extremist party with nothing to actually contribute to Malaysia. No matter how many times you wish Merry Christmas, nobody is going to trust you. Having said that, I appreciate that your party is still evolving, and I am in no doubt that some members of your party are going to actually watch this, communicate it to your upper leadership, so please take what you can take away from it right there. If you're angry, then go ahead, leave an angry comment right here. Or if you are one of those people out there who sees that this makes sense, leave a comment down there below as well and let's get a discussion about PAS going. And now, back to you, PAS. The whole point of your running a political party is to convince me that somehow or another you are able to lead the nation, and platitudes such as Christmas wishes are not really enough for that. And if all you can offer is a Christmas wish because you want to get my votes as a non-Muslim, hoping that somehow I will end up capitulating, then you are certainly not qualified to lead Malaysia, and you can take your Christmas wish and throw it away because you are not convincing anybody. But yeah, if dirty election tactics are to prevail, then it's probably better to migrate. Still, if you can offer something that's good to Malaysia, then I look forward to seeing what you have in mind. Whatever it is though, it is not the current PAS. Alright, and that's all I have to say about that. Thanks, bye.